Welcome to this module on gender, literacy, and culture. In this module, we are going to look at gender. One of the more modern features of Roman society was the widespread prevalence of the nuclear family. Adult sons did not live with their families, and it was exceptional for the adult brothers to share a common household. So we are looking at first the family system. What is the family system of the Romans? The family system of the Romans was nuclear families. They don't have joint family system, but it is not like the modern day nuclear family system. They had a little bit tweaked system, that is, the adult sons did not live with their families, but it was exceptional for the adult brothers to share a common household. So in the nuclear family, they have a family with the adult brothers. So this is slightly different from the modern day family system. On the other hand, slaves were included in the family as Romans understand this. So along with the nuclear family with adult brothers, we also have slaves in the family system of Romans. By the late Republic, that is the 1st century BC, the typical form of marriage was one where the wife did not transfer to husband's authority but retained full rights in the property of her natal family. So here the girl or the wife will not share or transfer the complete property what she is getting from her parents to her husband. This is one unique feature which we find in the Roman family system. We discussed about their family. It was a nuclear family which is a bit tweaked, where they have slaves and the adult brothers, and wife will not transfer her property rights or authority to the husband. While the woman's dowry went to the husband for the duration of the marriage, the woman remained a primary heir of her father and became an independent property owner on her father's death. So we need to understand here, the girl or the wife during the marriage time, they used to pay some amount as dowry, and she is the primary heir for her father's property. If the father passes away, the wife or the girl who is coming into our house will become the owner or the successor of father's property. In this way, woman became an independent property owners on her father's death. Thus, we can say Roman women enjoyed considerable legal rights in owning and managing the property. Coming to divorce, divorce was relatively easy and needed no more than a notice of intent to dissolve the marriage by either husband or wife. On the other hand, whereas males married in their late 20s or early 30s. When it comes to women, women were married of in the late teens or early 20s. So there was an age gap between husband and wife, and this would have encouraged certain inequality. So divorce can be claimed by an intent notice to dissolve the marriage either by the husband or by the wife, and males or men used to get married in their late 20s, that is somewhere around 27, 28, 29, or 31, 32, 33, like that. But when it comes to the females or women, they used to get married in the late teens, somewhere around 17, 18, 19, to the early 20s, 21, 22, 23. So this is showing us clearly an age gap between men and women. It is nearly more than 5 years to 10 years, depending on the pairs. So this gap would have encouraged a certain amount of inequality in their thought process as well as their understanding towards the society. Marriages were generally arranged, so we can say most of them are arranged marriages. There is no doubt that women were often subjected to domination by their husbands. Augustine, as you can see on the screen here, the great Catholic bishop who spent most of his life in North Africa, tells us that his mother was regularly beaten by his father, and that most other wives in the small town where he grew up had similar bruises to show. So Augustine is making an observation what he has noticed during his childhood when he saw his father beating his mother regularly, very often. The similar situation was prevalent with the other wives in the small towns where he grew up. Finally, fathers had substantial legal control over their children, sometimes to a shocking degree, that is, for example, the legal power of life and even death, in exposing unwanted children by leaving them out in the cold to die. So, fathers or husbands had enormous powers. One, they can beat their wives. Two, control on the children to a shocking degree. Why we are saying it as a shocking degree? Because they have a legal power to either life or death in exposing the unwanted children by leaving them in the cold until they die. If they are exposed to severe cold, they may die. Even that power is given for fathers, the husbands. So this is about the gender. Let us have a quick recap what we learned here. Let us see first what we learned is about the family system. What type of family we have here? The nuclear family, the adult brother, and also slaves were part of the Roman family system. Then coming to the marriage, mostly all are arranged marriages. Men used to get married in late 20s, early 30s, while women used to get married in the late teens or early 20s. So that made a severe gap between them, and there are many chances of divorce. Divorce is another important aspect. Divorce can be taken relatively easily by giving a notice of intent to dissolve their marriage by the husband or by the wives. And coming to the property rights, During the time of marriage, certain amount of money or property is shared with the husband for the marriage ceremony cost or something. Later, the wife or the woman is the primary heir of her property or her father's properties. If her father passes away, she becomes the independent owner of it. And coming to the shocking facts or the observations which are made by Augustine, a great Catholic bishop who spent his most of life in North Africa, where he observed that the husbands used to beat the wives. His father used to beat his mother very regularly. At the same time, most of the other wives in the small towns were there where he grew up had a similar kind of situations. And father also had a very shocking degree of control and a legal authority where he can expose his unwanted children by leaving them out in the cold to die. These are the key points which we discussed in this module. Stay tuned. We'll catch you in the next section.